Alright, welcome back to episode 5, solo mode part 2. We're in Duel Strategy 2, or where exactly are we? We are in Duel Training, Duel Strategy 2, which I believe is very similar to the starter decks for the two-player starter deck, the story that they go through. I think they force you to play through the first turn of a duel the way it's played, and then you get more stuff. I could just be wrong about that. That might be the one after this. Either way, there's not too much to get in this particular solo mode. I think there was one thing I saw that I wanted. It's not Ghost from the Past. It was the Rock Spirit. So if we can get through this particular solo mission, we will get a 3 of playable special summon, which could be helpful for going into different extra deck monsters more easily with our Destroyer deck. Anyways, let us continue playing through solo mode. So using a loner deck, we'll be getting the Mausoleum of the Emperor, which will allow us to play any tribute summon by paying life points, but it is reciprocal. Our opponent could use it as well. So this is about phases, the battle phase, and the different parts of the battle phase. So our opponent is on Morphtronic. Whoops. This is telling us about the phases, telling us about declaring attacks. We're going to try and make a junk speeder according to this. So they want us to normal hypersynchron. So they are telling us how we have to play out our turn. Our opponent's turn, I believe, is the same every time they start as well. We can special boost warrior because we control a tuner, and we can summon junk speeder. It'd be funny if this is where they teach us about negating summons, and they just solemn strike our junk speeder. So we're going to summon a bunch of tuners. Now I could have gone into the extra monster zone in the event that there's a lake monster in my extra deck. I didn't check, and I figured there's always a chance that I need that extra monster zone. I might need the junk speeder, so I didn't want to put it there. So they're not going to let us synchro summon. They're going to make us go to the battle phase. And sure, let's use our effect. Morph transition has stopped our battle and is going to put our monster in defense position, I believe. Alrighty, so we will end the battle phase. Oh, it changed their monster's battle position. Alright. We have some other synchro monsters we can go into. Junk Synchron and Junk Speeder can go into Junk Destroyer. I have like vague memories of this particular solo mode where we just get blown out. If you control 2 or more Morphtronics, select 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy 1 card of your opponent's choice from those 2. I think I remember that being a problem last time I played. So we don't have any more non-tuners, so we're not going to be doing any other synchro summoning. We have Scrap Iron Scarecrow, which stops battles. Wait, what happened here? Oh, it can attack twice. So they've got a lot of monsters. Okay. Currently, we can synchro... Oh, we can go into Junk Connector, which I don't think is a very good monster. Their attack position, Self-On, did they use its effect? I think they did, and they hit Radions. When they hit the effect on this, it just specials level 4 or lower Morphtronic, and this one says Morphtronics gain 800. So if we destroy this, the other guys get weaker. Let's see what we have the option to get off of tuning. Let us grab Junk Synchron. So we're going to normal Junk Synchron and use its effect and bring back a level 2. Oh, it's a tuner. Everything's a tuner here, which is a bit problematic. This is a non-tuner. Alright, we're going to take out the Radion. I'm going to destroy... Now, if I deal with Boomboxen, I won't have to deal with 2 of my monsters being destroyed by battle. If I attack over Self-On, I won't have to deal with them summoning monsters multiple times per turn. So I guess we take out Self-On, and because it's going to attack twice, I'm going to have to use Scrap Iron Scarecrow on it once to prevent it from attacking again. Scrap Iron Scarecrow can only be used once because it sets itself, and then it hasn't been set for a turn, so you can only use it for 1 block. So it'll just attack again. Remotin. So they've gotten a new Self-On, so we have to try and defeat Self-On. Going to normal summon the Junk Blader. We can go into... Anything here good? Alright, so I'm going to go into Formula Synchron because I can use a level 4 or low warrior as a level 1. So go into Formula, and then we're going to use our Junk Destroyer. So we're going to use Junk Destroyer and Formula Synchron to go into Satellite Warrior, destroy their cards and gain a ton of attack. So you destroy both of their monsters. Gain 2,000 attack points, so we're at 45. Shift Quick Draw Synchron to attack position, and we have game on board. So let's go for game. My biggest problem with solo mode is I really can't stand reading a lot of cards that are irrelevant in the real Yu-Gi-Oh games. So that's the biggest problem with solo mode. They pick easy cards, but they're not worth memorizing. Let's see this offshoot game where we can get Dig of Destiny. We'll be playing a Blackwing deck. Blackwing's not so complicated. So this is about the damage step. Interesting. I guess the last one was about the battle phase. So I guess we're going to use Shura to run over a second booster. Then we'll be able to special summon a monster from the deck. Then it says we can use Kalut. It's forcing me to use Kalut. I don't believe I'm in the... I don't know if I got to the damage step yet. So we'll bring out Gale in attack position and do some damage. We'll set Black Sonic, and we'll set Booby Trap And what does this strafe do? Send a Blackwing monster from your hand to the graveyard, select one defense position monster your opponent controls, and... okay, so this can just get rid of a defense position monster. Rhoda for Speed Warrior. So I'm just going to banish Speed Warrior and try and push the damage now, because I get double its attack, and it would be 1800 run over Gale. And they made me waste my Kalut when I didn't need it. Not a fan of how the game teaches you to do bad plays. Alright, going to Synchro Summon for No Thung. Inflict some damage to our opponent, giving us an extra normal summon. And we'll summon Dust. I'm just trying to rush through these as fast as possible to claim the rewards and move on. So Booby Trap says, if this card is destroyed while I control a Blackwing, my opponent will take 1000 damage and will draw a card. Looks like all we have to do is attack. Alright, and that is our second game. And we'll be collecting our Dig of Destiny, which again, it's a very mid card. It just draws a card. I can see it being playable at our level, but not that playable. And Tremendous Fire will be useful for if we ever have to play some sort of a burn deck, or inflict some damage to our own life points for some reason. I was thinking we have a couple of Gold Pride monsters. It could potentially be useful, but it would reduce our opponent more than us, so it's probably not. Chains. So you could use Pendulums for Chains. So our opponent sets 2, and now we go. They have no extra deck. We have 12 in the extra deck. So we're using Star Pendulum Graph to be a mandatory effect. They're also telling us what zone to put it in. I guess they're trying to keep us from putting it in the Pendulum zone, but we could have put it in the middle. Oh, they're going to trap pull us. Now here we are learning about mandatories and optionals. Then they ask us if we want to activate Double Iris. I can't wait for them to explain the reason why trigger effects in the hand activate weird. Now they're demanding we set a card before I activate my Pendulum Scale. Alright, at this point they're finally letting us do what we want. So let's complete the Pendulum Scale. Search for a Pendulum monster that mentions Pendulum in its name. I'm going to grab Pen Call to get an 8th scale so I can Pendulum out our Double Iris. I'm going to grab Black Fang and Harmonizing so I can Pendulum the Harmonizing from hand. Somehow it didn't let me Pendulum summon my Double Iris, which I think was a misclick, but I'm not sure. Oh, let's push for damage. I must have clicked really quick. I haven't really used Pendulum Summoning so much on Master Duel, so maybe it sequences the way it asks you Pendulum from hand and Pendulum from extra in a way I missed. This could be a Monarch deck. Maybe I should have popped it. I don't really want to use the Time Pendulum Graph yet until I've Pendulum Summoned. So we'll Pendulum Summon. They gave us both options this time. So we're going to Synchro Summon to destroy our opponent's face-up monster. We'll clear our extra monster zone while doing it. I'll grab White Wing just because it's a tuner. Normal Summon, and I think we'll destroy their card with the Time Pendulum Graph. So they are on just a Monarch deck. Alright, we'll just attack for game. But in that position, by summoning the Purple Poison, I allowed it to go to the extra deck when destroying it with the Time Pendulum Graph. Alright, we got our Tremendous Fire. We can get Interdimensional Matter Transporter, which is only good for our monsters tagging out, not a great card. Alright, so they're going to show us battle and effect damage. Alright, so it's going to give us some of the worst cards we could possibly use. Gain 5, inflict 5. Alright, I'm putting the Fire Ferret out so our opponent is tempted to attack into it. Then we can hit it with the Nightmare Wheel. So, of course they picked the Nightmare Wheel. So now we're losing that card, which will allow us to destroy their Alexandrite Dragon. Alright, so they're going to use Unexpected Die to summon Alexandrite, and we'll stop the attack with our Magic Cylinder. We need a card that actually outs Alexandrite Dragon, so it was exceptionally disappointing that they didn't just target the Poison of the Old Man. So we'll just set our Witch of the Black Forest for now. One of the problems with effect damage cards, I guess we'll be using this now. Chain Burst will tribute our Witch of the Black Forest, destroy Alexandrite Dragon, and inflict 1000 damage. Then we'll search for a card that's productive. I guess we get... I'm going to get Mystic Tomato to not commit to what monster I'm selecting right away, because we don't know what our opponent's going to do. They're just summoning a bunch of vanilla normal monsters. Oh good, a Nightmare Wheel. We can get them stuck on that. We'll set that, set Mystic Tomato, and pass turn. So they're going to normal Flamvell Guard, and they're going to take damage, because our monster's face down, and that was dumb. We'll make them now take 500 every standby phase for the rest of the game, and they'll equip a card that doesn't do anything to their card. Oh good, the Nurse will let us do more damage by having held our Poison of the Old Man. This does about the same damage. Attack over Flamvell Guard. Okay. So we can do 13 by attacking over Flamvell Guard. And now they are perfect range to... Oh, we gain life points. This isn't inflicting damage to our opponent. Alright, so the Nurse would say If our opponent would gain life, then they take damage. I was thinking we could use the gain 12 and burn them, but that's not how this works. So we'll save it to burn them at a moment that's worse for them. Sometimes if you have cards you could use like after the effect, it might be better to use. What standby phase? Oh, during our standby phase, they're going to take 500. All right, so they're going to take 5. And now all we have to do is pass for 2 turns. I guess we'll try and see what their monster is. A tuner level 2. That could be a problem. If they actually had an extra deck, they can get rid of the Nightmare Wheel. But in this case, they can't get rid of the Nightmare Wheel, so we should win because they're going to take some damage. All right, we just have to pass turn again. And actually, I don't even have to pass turn. Now the Poison of the Old Man is within range of just ending the game, so we'll end the game. That explains why this mission in solo gets us Tremendous Fire, because of the burn damage aspect of it. Oh, the other one got us Tremendous Fire. This one got us Interdimensional Matter Transporter. All right, next one gets us Gems. The gift box is full, so I'm going to put off Gems for now. We'll go for Ghost from the Past. We're probably going to get a lot of Gems anyway, so we're probably going to get a lot of Gems from playing all the solo modes. Battle Replays. When you declare an attack during the battle phase, you will need to select an attack target. Sometimes after you select the target, the number of monsters your opponent controls may change. It may leave the field, or your opponent may special summon a new monster. When this happens, during the battle step, a battle replay will occur, and then you can choose another target or choose whether or not you want to proceed with the attack. Interesting. Okay. So they've got Molten Destruction and a Battle in Boxer. All right, so we're just going to attack into Glass Draw because it says when this card's targeted for an attack, it gets destroyed. So we're going to summon our Gaga Magician, and then its attack. So when you declare an attack, that's a specific attack window. That's a certain attack window for certain kinds of cards like Mirror Force. So if on the replay, this is no longer us declaring an attack. So if they have a Mirror Force now, they can't use it because they didn't use it before. So we'll take 15. Oh, they say so much. All right, so we'll set our Go in the middle and our Go Shield on the left. I don't see a reason for us to rush to get more monsters here because we have Go Shield, but something tells me they have a monster bigger than ours. Now they can search a monster bigger than ours. Oh, it has the same attack? Oh, they have the field spell. So they managed to randomly foolish a battling boxer, and now they're bringing it back. All right, this guy's pretty tough. So this card's going to revive a lot of things. So we're going to protect our card with, okay, it's going to negate our card. All right, we're in trouble. I don't think this makes sense to use here. All right, this may be one of those hard solo modes. There's 1 or 2 hard ones where you have to go through them over and over again, especially in this particular kind of scripted duel. Let's search 2 cards. Up to 2. All right, so we're going to summon Gaga Girl with Gaga Mancer, and they're both 4s now. This is not the most obvious line of play. All right, so we're going to bring back Gaga Magician with the Mancer. For now, I'm just going to destroy Glass Draw. And I think we're on like a semi-infinite loop here. We're going to be putting Utopia out here. Oh, can we not summon Utopia? Oh, we're locked into Gagas. All right, hopefully they don't... Mancer is small. They're probably going to destroy Mancer. I got to find a way to deal with that monster on a more permanent basis. I'm going to save that for now. Oh, weird. All right, so we're going to bring back Gaga Magician. So I use Gaga Girl to reduce its attack to 0, but I still don't want it floating into 4 different monsters when it dies. We'll burn them for 8 with Gaga Cowboy. I'll normal summon the other Mancer. Bring back Gaga Magician again. I just want to keep the Gaga Mancers on the field so I can keep bringing back monsters every turn, since they're both soft ones per turns. As long as our opponent's monster stays 0, if we can build up enough monsters, we can start running over the monsters they bring back off of the Nova Kaiser. Okay. Let's bring back our Mancer so we could use it a bunch next turn. So we got Gardena now. How do I deal with this thing floating into a bunch of monsters? First, we're going to detach Girl. I'm going to make Utopia to protect our Mancers. I'll use Mancer to bring back Girl. We'll go into a Gaga Samurai. Oh, does it require Gagagas, or I can only go... Wait. Oh, she's level 3. That's a problem. Alright, so I'm going to attack into Veil and negate the attack with Utopia just to put a guy in the graveyard. And then Utopia will get over Veil. I should really be putting these Mancers in defense position. This guy has lots of material. Glass Draw is big. Obviously going to block that attack. Oh. Uh-oh. Alright, so I'm going to bring back Magician, use Girl to copy Magician. Now we can go into Samurai, make it so I can attack twice with Cowboy, use Mancer again to bring back Gardena, and I guess we start trying to end the games. Oh, Samurai into Kaiser for 19. That was annoying knowing that guy could float into 5 monsters at any point. All they had to do was crash it, but computer's dumb. Alright, so we got 3 copies of Ghost from the Past, which says banish 2 monsters from your graveyard. Target 1 attack position monster on the field, changes attack to 0 until the end of this turn. All right, I'm going to take a short break and I'm going to continue this in a little bit. And we are back the next morning, and apparently we have to continue collecting the free packs for the 70 million download special, so we now have another pack of Wings of the Guardian. So we're just going to open that pack, and then we'll continue with this solo mode. So we have an ultra rare in the pack. So this could make a big difference, or it could mean absolutely nothing. We have White Aura Monoceros. We don't have water tuners yet. I'll have to double check that at least. You can target a fish monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but it cannot attack this turn. You can only use this effect of Monoceros once per turn. If this card would be destroyed by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish one other water monster from your graveyard to special summon this card, and if you do, treat it as a tuner. Okay, so it's like a weirder version of the White Aura Whale. So let's continue. We've got a Raid Raptor Vanishing Lanius. If during the main phase of this card was normal or special this turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Raid Raptor from your hand. Okay. Skip Force is a big rank up for the Ultimate Falcons. Spellbreaker of the Ice Barrier is like a super annoying card if it were playable. I don't think I'm going to be able to play it without a lot of stuff. Mirror of the Ice Barrier is the counter to Trishula. Super good in that specific scenario. Arbitration of White. Target a fish monster you control, treat it as a tuner. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard one fish monster, change all monsters your opponent controls to defense position. If your fish monster is destroyed by battle, or sent to the graveyard, you can send this face-up card from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard to special one of your fish monsters from your graveyard. That's okay. You might as well just summon another fish rather than having to revive a fish. I guess putting all your opponent's monsters in defense mode could be decent. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of fish. We have White Arbor Dolphin, which is a level 6 synchro, which is generic, doesn't require waters at all. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half. Pretty good. If this card is destroyed by an opponent's monster, you can banish a water and special this card. This is definitely going in the deck, for sure. And we pulled a Raid Raptor Rising Rebellion Falcon, which there is no chance we'll ever be able to play, because this is going to take way too many cards. Unless we open a secret pack in the future, and we can open them for our wins. It is unaffected by other card effects, and if it's Xyz summon, it destroys all other cards our opponent controls, and then if it has 3 or more materials, we can... If this card has 3 or more Raid Raptor Xyz monsters with different names as material, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the combined original attack of the destroyed monster. So it's pretty decent. And you could detach 3 materials to target a Raid Raptor Xyz in the graveyard and copy its effects. I think those all are used, except pretty decent effects. All right, cool. So let us just continue progressing through the solo mode. The gift box is still full, and we have more stuff to collect. I'm going to put off collecting things until we start opening packs. Okay. All right, so solo mode. So we're in duel training, duel strategy 2, where they basically introduce us to different summoning mechanics. We are now going to be looking at, let's see, our loner deck. We are playing Yugioh, so this is going to be teaching us how to play Yugioh. All right, so we are going second, which means we can just combo and combo until we get Yugioh. All right, win conditions. Reduce your opponent's life point to 0 when your opponent cannot draw cards, or when Yugioh. All right. Oh no, the jar. So they're starting us off getting Morphing Jarred, so now we have 2 pieces of Yugioh, and now we just have to get to Yugioh. 3 pieces of Yugioh. The most conventional way to win a duel is to reduce your opponent's life points to 0. However, it is not the only way you can win. Let's take a look at the different ways a player can win. Your opponent is currently playing a deck built to reduce your deck to 0 cards. If your deck is left with 0 cards, you are unable to draw, your opponent will win the duel. We have also prepared a deck with an unusual win condition for you. If you gather Yugioh the Forbidden One and 4 cards listed on it to your hand for a total of 5 cards, you will win the duel. Before your opponent reduces your deck to 0, gather Yugioh the Forbidden One and the other cards you will need to win the duel. Okay, I guess we draw a card off of Upstart Goblin. Oh, needy. A Witch. I don't know. Let's see. Hyperia is too small to run over the Morphing Jar. We don't want them to flip it and put it back face up. So we will normal summon the Witch of the Black Forest, activate Shard of Greed, and enter battle. Technically, it makes more sense to activate the Shard of Greed after battle, in case they play evenly matched. Something tells me they do not. Next turn, we'll activate Hyperia and draw a card. There's a chance that we don't get Yugioh off. If this card is destroyed, send the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Okay, well, you think they'd give us a link monster to link these off to get access to Yugioh faster. If these cards both get destroyed, then we get Yugioh, but this card, if we destroy it, will hurt us from getting to Yugioh. Alright, so computer is confused on how to set a monster. They milled some cards. Alright, I guess we'll be drawing cards with Hyperia, and we'll be drawing some cards with Shard of Greed. Alright, we're almost there. We'll draw a card off of Dark World Dealings. Oh, there's Yugioh. I think they made this a tad easier than it was supposed to be, because I know after the opening scripted portion of the duel, it's random. Yugioh obliterates So that'll probably be the one and only time I activate Exodia during this Masochist Destroyer challenge. Alright, cool. And we've got more gems in the gift box. Now, the game I wanted to do, which is to earn the Earth Spirits, is this one. And we're definitely going to be putting the Earth Spirits in the deck. Add how many counts? I'm not sure. How many Earth monsters we play? I got to double check. But let's see what we can do. Our opponent is playing, let's see, effects that change attack and defense. Okay, so that seems to be what we are focused on doing here. Alright, so they're telling us to normal Werewolf, and then set Shrink. They don't even want us to set our other trap card. Not cool. These scripted duels are just weird, because they make you make bad plays. They should give me cards that can't be used. Alright, so our opponent's monster is attacking. Activate Shrink to reduce your opponent's monster's attack. Okay. I definitely need to make... Oh, this card gains attack, it gains 1200 in damage at moment. Okay. That didn't even work. Talk about original attack. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah. Alright. Yeah, we'll use Werewolf and float into... They want us to get Rush Rhino for some reason. We got Striker. Striker we can summon because we have no monsters. Now we're going to summon Rhino. What's this do? Alright, so if this gains 1200... Oh, okay, this only gains when it attacks. So let's attack it, and we'll just start pushing. So we summon Sonic Chick, which can be destroyed by our tiny TG Striker. Can I please set my trap card now, which can't be used unless it's on the field? Target 3 TG monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them in the deck, and draw 2 cards. Alright, let's just set these. This could potentially destroy a spell trap. Okay, that's fine. So he's going to gain some attack, our monster's going to die, we'll get to search another monster. So Striker's a tuner. Drillfish, I think, sends cards to the graveyard. Play a level 3 Synchro. We play a level 2 Synchro. I'm going to grab Drillfish because I just want to send things to the graveyard. Apparently we can special Drillfish because we control the Striker. And we could special Booster Raptor because we control another TG. And I guess I'll normal the Tank Grub. And I'm sure I can do a lot with Synchros, but I just want to... Man, do I got to really read all these cards? I'm just going to attack directly and send this guy to the graveyard. I did not get in this game to read TG cards. I could probably do more. Oh, okay. Alright, we'll end turn. See if our opponent can do anything. Oh, I didn't want them to kill my TG Drillfish. How am I supposed to send their guys to the graveyard? We'll use Striker to add a... Let's add the zombie. We can reduce their attack. Oh, it reduces our attack. Alright, we'll go into Trident Launcher and try and do some cool plays. This will also bring back the Drillfish, so I can start sending their guys to the graveyard. Trident Launcher also summons one from hand, deck, and graveyard. That's all I know about this deck. Oh, it's all to the zones it points to? Alright. 2 and 4, and just in case, I'm going to get a 3. Let us make our Striker smaller to pop their trap card, which was a Tuner's Barrier. They didn't have any tuners. I don't have a monster that can get over the Sonic Chick. At least in defense position like this. Alright, I'm going to summon this guy because he does piercing damage. If he does put the Sonic Chick in defense, it's something I can always attack. Let's draw 3 cards with the TGX3. Anything I have 2 of I can put back. Really don't have 2 of anything except for this? I thought I had more. That's a good draw, because I definitely did not have a normal summon for this turn. Okay, so let us... Whoops. Let's proceed in the direction of forward. So we will attack directly and send the Sonic Chick to the graveyard, since I can't technically destroy it with anything here. Attack over Speed Warrior, attack with the Trident Launcher, and then we'll just set Sonic Stun and pass turn. Alright, they're just setting back row, so odds are the game is just over. And we can move on from this. We can move on from this particular solo mission. Alright, we're going to get our Earth Spirits. Oh, Rock Spirit. Whoops. Misremembered the name. Alright, next looks like we're doing some pendulum stuff, maybe? Performapal Bubble Bow is what we get for this. Oh, cool. Dark Spirit, Dark Necrofear. I like these cards. They're just talking about special summoning? Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Special summons, card destruction. Sure. I'll let my opponent draw 5 cards. Oh. What monster is in my graveyard that I want to reborn? I guess I have to do Curse Necrofear, there's nothing else. Although you now have 4 monsters in your graveyard, the only one you can special summon with a monster reborn is Curse Necrofear. Curse Necrofear does not have to be special summoned by its own effect, it could also be special summoned by monster reborn, blah blah blah. The remaining 3 monsters can only be special summoned from the graveyard if they had previously been special summoned by their own effects. Special summoning monsters is a very powerful tactic, blah blah blah. Always keep in mind the conditions you need to be fulfilled to win the battle. Okay. Alright, so we're going to activate Dark Spirit Mastery, picturing Dark Spirit of Malice to search for I guess a Dark Necrofear. And I don't think I need to summon Dark Necrofear now, I'll summon it next turn. But we have our Destiny board. I know they're on Lava Golem, so I don't really want to play too many cards. This will get 2 parts of the Destiny board in play right away. I'll spell it backwards. so it'll look right to my opponent, even though it's just computer. Leave Dark Spirit of Malice in the graveyard to bring it back off of its effect, which says when your opponent activates card effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Oh, I have to get it back in play. Oh, okay, so if a level 8 is sent to your graveyard while this card's in my graveyard, I can add this to my hand. So I just need it to stay there. I don't know. What on earth just happened there? What on earth are you doing? Okay. I don't care if they get that back next standby phase. Relieve monster. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one monster you control, return that to the hand, and then special summon one level 4 lower from your hand. So that didn't really do anything. Now, because I'm playing Destiny board as my endgame here, I can't set Zoma Spirit because it's still treated as a trap card, so it would occupy a back row zone. So unless I draw until Dark Sanctuary, I can't like risk putting it in the back row because there's no extra deck cards here. You can't link it off. All right, Luna the Dark Spirit. I don't really want to give up my. They don't look like they're doing anything, so I'll just let my Dark Spirit go, and we'll just start attacking, try and get in damage to end the game. Maybe I'll get Sphere moded, and it'll be funny. Okay. A Mystic Tomato for Mystic Tomato. Mystic Tomato for... Okay. Eudoria can destroy one of our cards. It looks like we're going to get to Destiny board before they do anything of real significance. Right on time for me to... Oh, this comes back. Cool. Okay. That was cool. Let's end the game. Do we have the damage? So I banished a Malice, I have a new Malice. Alright, so we got 22 and 28 is 5,000. Alright, cool. Give me my Performa Pal. I gotta read that Performa Pal again, because it's a card we're actually putting in our deck. Bubble Bow Wow. If a face-up non-pendulum monster you control that is special summoned from the extra deck would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. That's decent. But when this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, pendulum monsters that you control that were special summoned from the extra deck cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. Alright, so we're going to achieve our first goal here, which gets us the Book of Moonmate, which I don't like more than our Oviraptor I spent some gems on, but that's cool. We got a little more. We can get Linkerbell, the worst link monster in the game. Alright, we're on Pendulums. Our lessons on pendulum from the extra deck. Blah, blah, blah. Pendulum summon lots of monsters. Alright, Pendulum Treasure. We'll put... Okay, so Pendulum Treasure just puts a... It just puts a Pendulum monster in the extra deck so we can Pendulum summon it. Now we're going to Pen summon it in our Dragon Caller, which gives us 2 7s, so we'll probably just make a Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. That'd be my guess on what they're going to make us do. Link arrows, blah, blah, blah. Link, blah, blah, blah. Pendulum effect, monster effect, yada. Oh. What's our monster effect here? You can make this card become a dragon. A monster... Alright, I'll make it a dragon just to see what happens. Oh, okay, now I can go into one of these guys. Did they not give me any links? Does it make sense to waste? Because they gave one of these better. Alright, so this one, if there's an Xyz summon card using an Xyz monster as material, so it won't gain that effect once per turn, blah, blah, blah. Detach one card, destroy as many cards as possible. Pendulum Reborn. If this card is in the monster... This one doesn't really do anything. This one, once per turn, you can detach material, destroy as many opponent's cards as many cards your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, gain 200 for each. So I guess we make a Raging Dragon, because it actually has an effect, even though we can't use it right now. This I always thought was a really cool looking card. Alright, so they set a bunch of trap cards. Oh, can I not use it? Alright, we'll just try and push damage by Pendulum Summoning and attacking a lot. Their Abyss Actor has been destroyed, we'll get in for 3,000. And we'll pass. So I think this only gains its effects if we use an Xyz for its material, which you have to do with putting a Zhangji in the Pendulum Zone. Oh man, there's so many Abyss Actors to read. Alright, so they are destroying my Xyz monster. I gotta make something with like 3,000 or more attack. Oh, I could just destroy it with... Oh. Alright, we're gonna bring back our Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Overlay for the Rebellion Dragon. This way we have both different monsters. We'll Pendulum summon back the Raging Dragon. And at least one of these is going to get over this. I guess we want the one that's in the extra monster zone to go back to the extra deck to summon itself again. And alright, so we'll pass turn here. Oh, I could have won. I had Pendulum Reborn for 2,500. So they filled their EMZ, so they filled their Pendulum Zone, so they can't really do anything. Alright, so we'll just get in for game. If this doesn't work, I'll just use the Pend Reborn. Alright, so we've picked up something new. What did we get? Linkerbell. Whack Link Monster. Alright, now we can get Puzzle Mino. This card's been played before. It 2 monsters with different levels. If a monster is special summoned face up to a zone this card points to while you control this monster, you can declare 1 level from 1 to 8. And that monster becomes the level until... I think this is used to turn something into level 4s. But you could also make something a level 2, and then you could overlay this with that monster for a Gigantic Sprite. You can target 2 monsters with the same level. One from each field and destroy them. Okay, it's a decent card. All right. Let's see what we're doing. I'm eager to get into the archetype stuff because we can start getting like starter or structure decks from them. So I just want to get through this all in order because I feel like a lot of the solo modes just give you the gate attribute things to open up different parts of solo. So I want to just go in order to make sure we don't miss anything. Blah, 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 link monsters. Okay, they're going to make us do a bunch of bad link plays. Summon Draconet. Draconet's going to summon a vanilla. Currently, this can summon a light fiend from your deck, the white dust on, to get a Fiendsmith combo. Use Bitron to summon Link Spider for some reason. Now we're going to summon Proton. These are all cards that were like in the original starter deck for links. So I can make a link monster where Proton's pointing. They want us to make a link Karibo for some reason. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is that where they really are just going to leave us? Okay. So I'm just going to do a bunch of link plays. I'm just going to Splash Mage, bring back a guy, summon the backup secretary, and go into Transcode. Use Transcode to bring back something. I guess we bring back the Splash Mage. And I guess I'll go into Firewall. So I have a bounce. You know what? I don't need a bounce. I'll set Cyber's Crosswipe, and I'll try and keep both Splash Mage and Transcode Talker available for plays for next turn. I just want them to think for a while and do something silly. This is the Goki deck. Alright. Maybe their hand is bricked. They can't figure out what to do. These have been pre-programmed games. They can literally do whatever they want. Alright. I guess I use... Alright, are they going to take damage, or are they going to give up their monster? Alright, since that's once per turn, I'll just use this to get rid of the Suprex so it can't float again next turn. Alright, Geki. How useful. Alright, so we'll transcode back for Splash Mage back for something. I don't think it matters. Summon Stack Reviver. What does this do? So this can bring back a card if we go into a card. Oh, is an Access Code Talker in here? That's cool. Update Jammer in here? There is not an Update Jammer in here. Alright, I really just don't want to give up my Transcode Talker until I know for sure it makes sense to do. So I make Access Code Talker here. I don't think it's game, so what do I bother making it for? 53 and 28. Actually, yeah, this is game if I make Access Code Talker because the transcode gives me an attack boost. Alright, it's 28 and 53 is game with Access Code Talker, so we're going to use our Access Code Talker to banish our Link Spider and destroy their Twist Cobra, and then they'll reveal Goki, what's it called? They got Octo Stretch, then we just can't beat them. Maybe they have it already. One that halves our damage. Alright, so that's over. Okay. So we've got our Puzzle Mino, and we have one more game in this particular solo mode to do, and it's for gems, which, again, our gift box is full. I gotta find some way for us to get more packs in the series. I'll just have to play more games, but every time I get games, I get more packs, more gems, and the gift box gets fuller and fuller. Oh man, Appliancer. Okay, so it's about learning linked and co-linked. Normal socket roll, activate Copy Buckle, and socket roll will summon us. Celipus as a link 2, using... Wants me to use the 2 socket rolls. Use Copy Buckle as a link material to summon Laundry Dragon. Okay. Were they supposed to be co-linked? Because I wasn't paying attention. Let me double check. This card is co-linked. Whoops. I should have summoned it in another zone. Alright, so we will just wait till next turn. I think I did that wrong. Because there's just so many cards to read for decks I'm not going to play. So we've got a couple of Machinas. I would like your monster to go to defense position. Oh, both of them. Cool. Alright, let's... So I'm going to bring out the socket roll, and because I control another... Oh. Okay, so I can use the Copy Buckle to special another socket roll from the deck. Oh, from the graveyard. And then when summoned while this one's on the field, it summons another socket roll. So I have all these socket rolls. Does anything here do anything? Alright, let me make sure I really actually read and understand what these cards do. Celipus. Can't be targeted by opponent. During damage calc, if an appliance link you control is co-linked to this card battles a monster, the battling monster gains attack equal to the number of monsters co-linked to this card times 1000. During the damage calculation only. Okay. Kappa Scale. You contribute this co-linked monster special summon appliance or link from your graveyard. You contribute this card that is not co-linked to special level 4 lower from the graveyard. Vassal Fent. Blah, 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 blah. Can attack directly while it is not co-linked. Can send one card from your hand or graveyard to target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Well, that's something I need. Yeah, I really messed up these zones, because I can't co-link it. Do you have a high link monster or something? Alright, so I'll get that laundry guy out again in a minute. First I want this on the field. Co-linked to this, so I can destroy a card on the field. So I want to get rid of that spell. Then I want another laundry dragon, because that'll banish their card. Let's see. Propellion. Once per turn during damage calc, if your monster takes If your monster battles an opponent's monster while this card is co-linked, you can make that opponent's monster's attack 0. Man, this is like so complicated. Alright. Sure, banish your monster. Get in with these socket rolls. Alright, we're starting to put out some damage. Let's put their monster in defense position. Alright, so we're just going to destroy the token. And if a appliance or link monster you control that is not co-linked to this card is destroyed, you can draw a card. Alright, so I'm going to move these over this way to summon more monsters. Alright, so we're going to summon the Propelon. I'll normal summon Cyber Valley. Alright, so battle. This will get big enough to defeat our opponent's monster. Oh, it had to attack directly? Oh, this is super annoying. Banish your monster. Alright, does this thing do any damage when it attacks? No. Alright. Cyber Valley. Target face-up monster. Alright, we'll just pass here. Let's make your monster 0. So their monster 0, my guy gains attack, their monster takes damage. Interesting. Alright, let us send one card to the graveyard. Oh, it's destroy? I thought it was send. Alright, whatever. We will... I keep accidentally attacking directly, but I guess that's game, so we'll do that. Alright, we are done with dual training. We learned about linking and co-linking and pendulum summoning, XZ summoning, all that useless crap. We don't need in our stupid Master series, our Masochist Destroyer series, so we've got more gems for the gift box, which probably now has 1,000 things in it. Oh, only 3? Does it? Whatever, I'll collect these. Bunch of other stuff. Oh, we have the Eldritch background now. That's cool. We'll start the next episode with the Eldritch background. Alright, I'll see you guys next time when we actually continue playing through the series with our new additions.